lost by 19. It marked LeBron's worst home loss since his rookie season. This past Sunday, Cleveland hosted the Knicks. Again, they were big favorites, and again, they were big losers. Before this season, LeBron had never lost by 15 as a double-digit favorite. And then coming up on Wednesday, this past Wednesday night, again, double-digit favorites. And for the third time this season, LeBron and the Cavs lost by more than 15 at home. King James not exactly thrilled. We're joined by Dave McMenamin, who covers the Cavs for us here at ESPN. And Dave, Cleveland in a tough place right now. How are the guys feeling about themselves considering this record?
Yeah, Michael, here's some more bad stats for you. They're 29th in the league in defensive efficiency. They're dead last in the league in three-pointers allowed at around 14 per game. They're middling on offense. And the last 4 games, they've lost by a combined 63 points, which is the most lopsided losing streak of LeBron James's career. Yet with all that bad stuff swirling around the team right now, LeBron, he's pretty calm.
We're definitely struggling right now, which is okay. You know, I feel that we would struggle at some point throughout the season. I think it's surprising to all of us that it's happening right now, but hey, it is what it is, and you know, it's exciting to see how we can turn this thing around. And it's a little bit of everything. It's a combination of us not playing well as a team, us not playing well as individuals. Us having 7 new guys as well. Me missing training camp for the most part and not being able to lead the group like I've grown accustomed to doing. So it's a little bit of everything.
And it's interesting that they're playing the Wizards tonight. This is a Wizards team that is very confident. Obviously had that playoff run a year ago. And then in the preseason, Bradley Beal, the Wizards starting shooting guard, told our Brian Windhorst, I feel like we're the best team in the East. At that point, it sounded maybe far-fetched considering the Cavs' pedigree. At this point, it sounds like it's just factual that right now the Wizards are a better team than the Cavs.
And the thing that does not help the Cavs situation last night, Dave, is because Iman Shumpert and Tristan Thompson are also going to be out for this game. So that means some type of new look roster rotation, I should say, here for Ty Lue. What are we going to see in those guys' absence?
Well, Michael, Cavs Twitter is very happy right now. Ty Lue spent the early portion of shoot-around this morning working with Cavs rookies Cedi Osman and Ante Zizic. Zizic came over in the Kyrie Irving trade. He's a 6'11", 7-foot long guy, athletic in the middle. While Thompson's out, he's going to get some burn. And then Cedi Osman, he had a really nice preseason game in this building, actually against the Wizards. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. LeBron James said he likes Cedi because he knows how to play the game. He has a good sense of where to be on the court. Both those guys, Ty Lue told us, will get some burn over these next couple weeks while they're missing some of their big dogs.
All right, a little preview into the Cavs' future maybe tonight as they take on the Wizards. Dave McMenamin with the latest on the Cavs. Again, we'll see that game later tonight on ESPN. Thanks, Dave. Well, now, get a little deeper into this conversation with Carlos Boozer and Ryen Russillo back here with us on SportsCenter. Guys, as we've been talking about the last 2 days, much has been made about the Cavs' struggling defense this season. Let's give the fans at home a little more perspective into really what's plaguing them and show you just how bad it's really been. Now, one of their biggest problems is the inability to guard the pick and roll. For some reason, they're really having problems with that. They're allowing over 1 point per play in those situations, and it's even worse when the screener pops out on those plays. Those stats, by the way, brought to us by Second Spectrum. Carlos, let me start with you. Break down for us what the Cavs need to do to be better in pick and roll situations.
Yeah, well, the first thing you want to do is pressure the ball and stop the ball. And obviously, when the screen happens, the big's usually going to roll or pop. But the guard, you got to stop the ball initially. And then when the ball gets thrown to the big man, weak side has to come over at least in stunt to give the big man a chance to recover. Right here, you see Oladipo just go right around, and nobody really stops him either. He actually had a chance to throw a floater, maybe jump over a guy, but he drops it off to the big fella for the layup right there, too. They're not stopping the ball, and they're not stopping the guy rolling on those 2 plays. That's a problem.
That second one is so bad. It's so bad with Sabonis just sitting here catching, and you can almost see a delay on him going, usually there's somebody in my grill right now on this. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to throw it up. Something happened, though, this offseason in the pursuit of all of these moving pieces around the NBA and everybody trying to catch Golden State, is it became such an arms race that every team was going, and we'll look at the Cavs here specifically, you go, Dwayne Wade? I mean, it's Dwayne Wade. It's a buyout. Yeah. Done. All right, Derrick Rose for like a couple $1 million? All right, we'll do it. It's Derrick Rose. You know, last year, all right, we can add shooting, but a lot of the pieces the Cavs have added are not great defensive players. And on top of that, there's no real time here for communication. It's going to get better than maybe the worst defense in the NBA,
right,
but it's still a carryover of a bad defensive team from last year. So new players, not great defensive players, terrible communication in those plays. That's why you're seeing them play so poorly.
And you had a shortened preseason, or I should say training camp, compared to years past in the NBA. Not that that's an excuse, because every team dealing with the same schedule, but nonetheless, they didn't have as much time as usual to get those new guys together. Again, that's Cavs, Wizards later tonight on ESPN. But another big game tonight we'll have for you on ESPN as well is Russell Westbrook in action taking on Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. And oftentimes we hear about how much time, as you were just saying, alluded to, Ryan, these new cores of teams need to gel. Carlos, let me ask you this. What's been your impression of how both teams, Thunder and Celtics, have come together with new additions?
Man, I'm really impressed by both of them. You know, obviously Boston losing Hayward, they somehow band together, and you got Brown, Tatum stepping up in a major way. They're all following Kyrie's leadership. They're playing great. They're top in the East right now. I think they've won 4 or 5 or 6 in a row, playing great together. So I'm really impressed by that because, you know, you lose a guy like Hayward, you might just tank the season. You never know. But, you know, give the coach a lot of credit, give Kyrie credit, and give those guys stepping up credit because they have an opportunity now to play, and they're balling. Tatum's playing great. Brown's playing great. Then on the other side with the Thunder, wow. You know, we see 3 great one-on-one players, and they're being unselfish. They're playing together. They're playing great defense. They're starting to figure it out early in the 2 week of the season. I can't wait to see them, you know, 20 games down the road.
I was a little nervous when I saw the Thunder start the season off in a couple of the games because I thought, uh-oh, you know, we're doing the Russ thing here. That T-Wolves game, Westbrook was going, look, this one's on me, even though Melo hit that 3 that gave him that lead until Wiggins hit a game winner. But I watched that entire Milwaukee game, and I've been watching them more and more. And this is what Russ has always needed. He needed multiple shooters around him. And last year they didn't have that. Even with Durant, it was one guy, and then it always felt like a 2-guard that couldn't hit any shots.
Right.
So when you have somebody like Melo, who, you know, Melo gets such a bad rap. Like, we always knock him. Like, we act like he's this fat kid out there playing hoops. And he's just, look, he's in better shape than he's given credit for.
Right.
He's moving incredibly well for guys on the other side of 30. And you can see him being more assertive and with that second unit. So they finally have other people you have to defend. So after the first week, I was a little nervous. The second week, from what I've seen from them, I'm liking them a lot more offensively. And it just must be great for Russ to go, whoa, I got like 2 guys that I can trust to knock down shots.
Not just one in KD. And as you mentioned last year, he sort of felt like he was doing it by himself.